Before we dive into today's video, I did want to give you guys a quick update on the 5K giveaway. Yes, I have not forgotten about it. It is still in the works, but I do want to let you guys know it's going to be cooler than I thought it was going to be because of a member of this community. They reached out to me and they said, hey, I have some books that I would like to send to you that you can use for a giveaway. And I was like, holy moly, that's amazing. And they sent the books and they're so much cooler than I thought they were going to be. There are a bunch of ratio covers for some really cool modern books that came out recently, and they're just amazing. And they're going to make this giveaway so cool. And I'm hopefully going to be able to put that together, the full list of what I'm going to be doing next week or the following week. And I don't want to rush this, so I'm going to take a little bit of time. So if the video doesn't drop next week, it will most likely drop the following week. So guys, 5K giveaway, it is coming, hopefully in the next few weeks. So just want to give you that quick update before we dive in to today's video. What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Wednesday poll list, which is your hype video for New Comic Book Day. And this week's New Comic Book Day is Wednesday, April 2nd of 2025. And I just want to let you guys know, if you guys hear any outside noises like trains, cars, trucks, anything like that, it's because I have all the windows open. And it keeps it nice and cool in this room. And I don't want to be sweaty and gross while I record this video. So if you're hearing the noises, that's why. But this week is a really amazing week. We got a bunch of new number ones coming out this week that I'm pretty excited about. A lot of really cool covers, one by DK Ruan, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that. And yeah, some really cool freaking stories. There were 4 books competing for the top 3 spots this week, but I did whittle it down to 3. So that's going to be everything for today's video. Cover lever picks, new number ones, top 3, and then we're going to finish it up with covering the rest of my books on the poll list with the not top 3, but the books you got to see. But let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right in to this week's cover lever picks. Do you guys notice I updated the wall? I got 3 artist spotlights. We got Alexander Lozano, we got Dan Panozin, and then we got, who's on the bottom? Yeah, Ben Harvey. Pretty cool freaking wall this week. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into these covers because there are a bunch. And first up is Absolute Superman issue number 6 with the cover C variant done by Puppeteer Lee. And after that is Absolute Superman issue number 6 with the cover D variant. It's a 1:25 ratio variant done by Rod Reese. Definitely my favorite cover for issue number 6 of Absolute Superman. So freaking good. After that, Absolute Green Lantern issue number 1 with the Diamond UK in the 1:5 full bleed virgin variant done by Fabrizio De Tomaseo. Can someone in the comments let me know how us in America and can get our hands on these Diamond UK variants because they are so cool? Or am I missing something and they're already available and I'm just a big dummy? But these covers have, for every single new Absolute title, have been so freaking good. Now, we got so many other covers for Absolute Green Lantern that I absolutely love. So first up is the cover B variant done by Juliet Nika. So cool. Her artwork has a very specific style. You can kind of see some of the line work or maybe it's paint strokes or whatever. But take a look at this cover. It is so gorgeous. After that is the cover E variant done by Ryan Benjamin. Definitely my favorite cover for this issue. And after that is the cover J. It's a 1:50 ratio variant done by Helena Malias. And it's so cool. You can see like this evil character's hands coming down and covering her face. So cool. After that is X-Men issue number 14 with the Cassandra Nova variant in the 1:50 virgin ratio variant done by Wu-Chi Lee. It is really cool. And I love when I see a new artist name on this list, and this is a great cover. After that is Poison Ivy issue number 32 with the cover C variant with a name I'm not even gonna try to pronounce, but their artwork is fan-freaking-tastic. After that, The Immortal Thor issue number 22 with the variant cover done by Dan Panozin. It's Panozin, man, on freaking Thor. So good. After that, Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, issue number 7 with the cover A variant done by David Parator. Yeah, He's great. And 8-Ball is such a cool character only because of what Jed MacKay has done in this Moon Knight series. And supposedly he's going to go on his own team now, and it looks like he might be fighting the Moon Knight. That's probably just a throwaway, not throwaway. They're trying to misdirect us and think something else than what's actually going to happen, but looks pretty freaking cool. After that, Psylocke, issue number 6 with the variant cover done by Alex Maleev. It's Maleev. It's Psylocke. It's freaking badass. Now, next up might be my favorite cover coming out this week, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I secure a copy of this book, not over ratio price. This is a pretty high printed book, so I should be able to get this nice and cheap on mycomicshop.com. But all new Venom, issue number 5 with the 1/25 ratio variant done by D.K. Ruan. It's a little negative space variant. It's all new Venom. So good. So good. After that, we got Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, issue number 1 with the 1/25 ratio variant done by Ben frickin' Harvey. So good. He's on the wall right here. And I might add this to my collection of Ben Harvey covers. Now after that is another cover for Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, issue number 1 with the variant cover done by Linnell Francis. Come on, man. It's Linnell. So good. After that, High Street, issue number 5 with the cover C variant done by Layla Les. Maybe? But this cover, so good. I think I've been talking about this cover ever since it was on FOC. Maybe even before that, who knows? But this cover is freaking awesome. All right, guys, after that, we have The Scorched, issue number 39 with the cover A done by Raymond Gay. We got She Spun on the cover in a motorcycle in downtown. I don't know, maybe it's Chinatown. So good. Maybe she's in Japan. I don't know where she is. But it's such a gorgeous cover, and the amount of detail on this cover, so good. After that, Justice League, The Atom Project, issue number 4 with the cover B variant done by Mark Spears. Now, I've been very vocal about how I am not a huge fan of Mark Spears. I haven't been sucked into the Mark Spears madness, but he's a great artist. And when he does something great, I gotta show it to you guys. And this one right here, featuring the Atom, is so good. After that, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time. We know there's gonna be more times than this, but I really like this cover. It is a variant cover in a 1/100 virgin ratio variant done by Dan Panozin. Now, the 1/100 virgin does have a little word bubble on it, and I forget what it says, but it's calling out the DC Universe, saying something like he's gonna come for them next. So freaking good. Now guys, after that is Thundercats issue number 14. Now there are so many versions of this. I'm gonna go through this really quickly. But this cover does feature Panthro. It's freaking amazing. It's done by Mark Spears. And these are all the different versions. There is the cover V. There is the cover W red background, the cover X foil, the cover Y foil virgin, the cover Z 1/7 purple background, the cover ZA 1/7 red background foil, the cover ZB 1/10 purple foil virgin, and the cover ZD 1/10 virgin variant, like I said, done by Mark Spears. And they're all pretty cool. I kind of like the purple. It kind of makes it pop a little bit, and it's a little bit different. I like it. After that, Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma, issue number 1 with the cover B variant done by Dan Panozin. Man, this guy's got 3 covers coming out this week. There might even be more that I didn't even see. But let's continue. Next up, Concert of Champions, issue number 1 with the Marvel Rivals variant done by NetEase. You gotta give it to them. When they hit, and this cover is really stinking cool. After that, Concert of Champions, issue number 1 with the 1/50 virgin ratio variant done by Ivan Talavera. The virgin is good, but the trade dress, it just takes something away, but the virgin, way, way better. After that, we got I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer, issue number 1 with the cover C variant, which is called the Death Sews a Dress variant. It's a 1/10 ratio variant done by Jay Lee. So good. Look at the jacket she's wearing. You can see people's faces in it. Creepy. Next up, another cover for I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer, issue number 1. Now, this is an exclusive. It's coming from HIVE Comics. It's a virgin, and it's done by James Lamb. I don't know. It's very artistic. It's very cool, and I like it. So I had to show it to you guys, and I like the patchwork behind her face. So good. After that, Black Ritual, the Book of Nyx, or NYX, issue number 1, the cover C variant done by Jonathan Galpon. Now, there is a version of this, the same exact cover, which is a B cover, but you can kind of see more of the background and you don't see the cross so much. So great, and it has Greg Capullo vibes. Am I wrong in thinking that? Does this not look a little bit like Greg Capullo? I totally think so, and it's okay. I like when artists kind of like steal a little bit from other people, but make it their own, and this cover is so good. Next up, G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero, or I should say A Real American Hero, Silent Missions Edition 21. This is an exclusive coming from East Side Comics, and it's done by John GIANG. And it features, I think that's Snake Eyes, right? Am I wrong? And it's freaking awesome. I'm not a huge John GIANG fan, but man, that is really good. I think 2 more covers. Yeah, two more covers. These are both exclusives as well. First up is Batman issue number 158. This is the web store exclusive, the Batman over Gotham variant done by Alex Ross. Man, Alex Ross is just, he's the GOAT, man. He's so good, and this is amazing. Now, there is one more variant done by Alex Ross on his web store for Batman issue number 158, and it is the Batgirl Virgin variant. I don't like this one as much, and I think it's funny that Batgirl got the Virgin variant. What is he saying? Is Batgirl a virgin? Has she never done the deed? Is that what he's trying to suggest? I don't know. I'm just trying to be silly. But guys, so those are all my cover lover picks for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Is there a cover that I missed that you absolutely love, that you think this should have been on the list? Let me know down in the comments below. But let's go ahead and move right over to the next part of this video, which is checking out my pull list. All right, guys, as you guys can see, this list is big again. I always have a list that seems like over 20 books every single week, and this week is just the same. But this is blurry, they're small, you can't see what they are, so let me go and throw them up on screen right now. Guys, on my pull list this week, there are 23 books just to read. That's not including all the variants I'm going to try to pick up this week. But there are 4 new number ones. And if we break down this list a little bit more, there are 8 DC books, 6 Marvel books, and 9 indie titles. Now, there are no books on the chopping block, but there is one book I did not read the previous issue to, and that is Hornsby and Halo. So that book cannot make the top 3 list. Now, there are no books officially on the chopping block this week, so we can move right over to the new number ones that I think you guys should consider picking up because the synopsises sound so freaking good. The synopsi? I don't know. Before we check out those new number ones, if you guys could do me a huge favor, if you would like to support the channel in any way, the biggest thing that you guys can do is smash that like button. It truly helps the channel out so much when you guys do. I think last week we got up near 200 likes. Let's get to 225. Come on, guys, let's do it. Let's do it together. All right, guys, that is my one request from you guys this week. Let's go ahead and check out those new number ones. With 4 new number ones on my pull list this week, I'm going to move pretty quickly because I don't want this video to be like 45 minutes. That'd be ridiculous. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And the first one up is Absolute Green Lantern issue number 1, coming from the writer of Al Ewing and has art by Janoy Lindsay. Now, I am a little hesitant on this one because it's written by Al Ewing. I enjoyed some of his stuff from like 3 or 4 years ago. Now I'm not enjoying his stuff so much. So I'm a little hesitant to get too excited. But it's Green Lantern, and there's a new Green Lantern. I'm really excited, and I'm also really excited because everything I've read in the Absolute universe is so stinking good. But let me read the synopsis for this one because it is pretty short. Al Ewing and Janoy Lindsay get cosmic in the Absolute universe. Without the core, without the ring, without the willpower, what's left is the Absolute Green Lantern. Pretty cool. Next up, Daredevil Cold Day in Hell issue number 1, coming from the writer of Charles Soule and has art by Steve McNiven. Now this is sadly only a 3-issue miniseries. That's it. It's gonna be super short, super quick, but it's basically Old Man Daredevil, and he's gonna be fighting against the man. So I'm pretty excited to see this. Supposedly he's put his superhero costume away, and he's trying to fight the evil by just being a lawyer, but something happens and he's gotta put the suit back on. So that's what we get, and I'm pretty freaking excited because it's Charles freaking Soule. Next up, Black Ritual, the Book of Nyx, or NYX, issue number 1, coming from the writer of Thomas Healy and has art by Nat Jones. I have no idea who either of those people are, but I always pick up every single new Spawn title For just to see if it's any good, because so much of the Spawn universe is a really solid read right now. None of them are in the great column, but a lot of them are just good. I'm enjoying all of them. Like this week, The Scorched, solidly in the good column because it's just a solid read. And this one is featuring, this title is going to focus on Nyx, and she has helped Al in the past, but now she is the Queen of Hell, and we get to find out how she got there, what she's doing. It's more of like, you know, just a little backstory on her and like what she's doing as the Queen of Hell. Pretty pumped about that. After that, I think this is the final book. This is Resurrection Man Quantum Karma, issue number 1, coming from the writer of Ram B, and it's going to have art by Adnan Radhakrishna. I want to say I got pretty close on how to pronounce that. I did check online, guys, how to pronounce that. It was just like a few minutes ago. I'm already starting to forget it, but I'm pretty sure it's Radhakrishna. Now, I'm excited for this because it's a DC book. It's Black Label, so it's out of continuity. It's written by Ram B, so this could be a little bit of a journey that we're going to go on. But some of Ram B's indie books, where he gets to really just explore himself and do different things, are like some of the best reads, like best reads period. Lila Star, I believe is the name of the book, so freaking good. Rare Flavors, another book that was just so amazing, and this one featuring the Resurrection Man is a character I don't know, so I don't have any past knowledge of him that I'm holding on to dearly, like Batman or Superman or anyone like that, so he can tell some really crazy ass story, and I'm pretty excited about it. Now, you guys, I'll have links for all of these new number 1s down in the description below. You guys can read the synopsis yourself, dive right in. But the main reason why I'm excited for this one is the creative team, Ram B and Adnan Radhakrishna. I think this is going to be a really cool book. All right, oh, it's also Black Label. That's another reason why I'm really excited for this one. But guys, those are the four new number 1s on my pull list this week. Let's go ahead and move right over to the top 3 books that I think you should consider picking up this week, because the previous issues had me so excited for the books coming out this week. All right, guys, in the number 3 spot is Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, issue number 7, coming from the writer of Jed MacKay and has art by Domenico Carbone. Man, this series, we're on the 3rd volume of this book. It's changed titles each time it's like done a volume. I don't know why. Why not just have one big long run? But Jed MacKay has been crafting this story that is just this big, epic story featuring Moon Knight and a cast of characters that throughout this whole series he's built up, made you care for, made you love, but also really built their relationships to where they care so much about each other. When one character goes off and does something on their own without telling the rest of the group, you can see that they're hurt. The group is hurt. It's like, why wouldn't you tell us? We're a close-knit group. We work together to solve each other's problems. Moon Knight did that. He totally went off on his own and really screwed over his team, left them alone to deal with some things, and they should have been there for him. And in this last issue, which was amazing, issue number 6 was so good, because that was the issue where the team came, found him, saved him, because Mark was getting basically beat to death by this new villain, this drug dealer that's totally like taken almost everything away from the team that was holding dear to them. And it was great seeing the team being able to vent to him, seeing Mark able to take their grief and their anger, and like, you know, he accepted it and he told them why he did it, and it was all, you know, moving towards something, and it was just such a great moment. This series is amazing, and the art by Domenico Carbone, because he was on issue number 6 as well, is really good. Really, really good. It's not Alessandro Cappuccio, but still, it's really good. This series is a home run, and like I mentioned during the cover letter section, 8-Ball is going to do something in this, and he's going to start a team called the Pool Party, which is a pretty hilarious name. He's going to break off and possibly try to do his own thing, but like I said, I think that's a misdirect. So hopefully this is going to be just absolutely fantastic. I just love this series so much. Jed freaking MacKay, Moon Knight. If you guys aren't reading it, get caught up. Read this series. All right, that is the number 3 book. What is the number 2? Well, let's go ahead and find out together. We're moving from Marvel over to an indie title, and this book right here has been a banger since issue number 1, and I'm talking about The Tin Can Society. Issue number 7 comes out this week. I read issue number 6 yesterday. This series is so freaking good. This is coming from the writer of Peter Warren. It has art by Francisco Mobili. Guys, the artwork in this book is so good. I have been a fan of him over the last few years because he's done a lot of cover work over at Marvel Comics, and especially for Amazing Spider-Man. All of his covers have been just incredible. But to see his art from the beginning, or on the cover, all the way through the book is just mind-blowingly good. It's so amazing. But the story by Peter Warren, who is a writer that I did not know before this. If I've read something before, I definitely don't remember. But the series is incredible. It's a superhero series featuring this cast of characters which were all best friends when they were little. One guy grows up and becomes a superhero and kind of lifts them up along the way, but at some point kind of ditches them. And they're all kind of mad at him for different reasons. But they all come together when this superhero character is murdered. But there's so much more to the story as they try to basically be detectives and figure out who killed him. So good. And you get to learn backstory about each one of the characters and how they helped this superhero get to where he was. It's so great. It's so beautifully written, so amazing. Every issue, there's a big action scene in it too. So you get lots of backstory in each issue, but then big freaking action. And the art, like I said, by Francis Mobili is incredible. So good. And the twists have been constant. In every issue, you end with this cliffhanger and this twist to the story that you're like, wait, what? So good. So good. Issue number 6 did not disappoint. Now, this is a 9-issue miniseries. So we got 7, 8, 9. That's it. I want more, but that's all we're getting. So get caught up if you're not already caught up, or wait for this to in trade and pick it up. Support this team. Peter Warren, Francisco Mobili, The Tin Can Society. Issue number 7 comes out this week. All right, guys. That was a big one. Issue number 2, or not issue number 2, book number 2 in the top 3 list was a freaking banger. What beat it? Well, we all know what beat it. Come on! But let's go ahead and move over to the number 1. If you have not been living under a rock and you're a fan of comic books, then you know what the number 1 book is. The Absolute Universe has been absolutely dominating every other comic story-wise. For some reason, these stories are so engaging and so good. They are constantly on the top 3 list, constantly in the number 1 spot. Especially this book right here. Absolute Superman issue number 6 comes out this week, coming from the writer of Jason Aaron. It has art by Carmine Di Giamencio, not Rafa Sandoval, which is sad because Rafa Sandoval's art is absolutely incredible. It's so good. And it's a bummer we're getting a fill-in artist, and it's not just one issue. Carmine's going to be on this for a little while. I don't know if Rafa is already on, like, you know, the next arc after Carmine, but he's going to be missed 100%. But the story that Jason Aaron is telling with this new Absolute Superman is so good. And issue number 5 was the issue where we saw Krypton fall officially, and the family of Superman doing their best to escape and try to escape with as many people as possible. And it ends with Superman in the current time landing in Smallville, but speaking to the AI that's in his suit protecting him, and that is just such a cool addition to Superman, is that his suit is just more than just a suit. It's an AI that's been trying to help him along the way, and it's so good. It's these small little changes, these small elements of this story that are so good. So good. Now, this issue number 6 is going to be the origin story of Absolute Superman. So him officially crash landing in Smallville and what's going to happen to him after. Just by looking at the cover A, you can see that doesn't seem like he's welcome in Smallville. So what happened there? What is the change to the story? I don't know, but I cannot wait to find out. If you're not reading Absolute Superman, you really should. Of all the Absolute books, I would say this is the best title so far. It goes Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and then Absolute Batman last. But Absolute Batman being last does not mean it's not an amazing freaking story. It is still so good. And Absolute Wonder Woman, it's being pooped on by a lot of people, and I don't know why. I think it's absolutely amazing. The artist is not the best, but supposedly in issue number 6 they changed artists and it's even better. So get on the Absolute books. And Absolute Flash is also supposed to be really good. Everyone in the Discord, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, are saying it's really freaking good. Link to the Discord down in the comments below. Not comments, description below. But guys, that is the top 3 books. That means it's time to move over to the final section of today's video with the not top 3, but the books you gotta see. All right, let's go ahead and rip through this pretty quickly. You guys know what this is. Not top 3, but the books you gotta see are the rest of the books on my pull list, broken down into 3 sections. The okay, can't really suggest those because they're just okay. The good, solid books, you guys should consider picking them up. The great, these books almost made the top 3 list. And I shouldn't say made, almost made the top 3 list. They're that good. So let's go ahead and start off with the did not read. That's another part of this section, the books I did not read. Hornsby and Halo, issue number 5. I did not read the last 2 issues, so that's 3 and 4. So I'm really behind, so this book might be making the chop because if I'm not picking a book to read it, that means I'm not excited about it, and that probably means it needs to be chopped from my pull list. Next up, The Okay, there's one book, JSA, issue number 6. Really bummed about this. Jeff Lemire is writing it, but it's just, the art is not good. The story is just not engaging me to the point where this is even in the good. So what's going on? This is a cast of amazing characters with a great writer, but something's not clicking. So this book is really close to being chopped from my pull list. Next up, The Good, all new Venom, issue number 5. I liked issue number 4. It was pretty stinking good. And I want to like this book more, but they're gonna show everyone who the all new Venom is, and it's being teased, and we're talking about it in the Discord, and I'm not excited. If it's really that person, I'm gonna be really bummed, and I'm not gonna care about this book anymore, most likely. I'll probably read it for the next arc and just finish that out and then chop it, but what a bummer that will be. Next up, Batgirl, issue number 6. Decent story about Cassandra Cain and her mother, and it's good. It just should be in the great. So to get a better creative team on this book. Next up, Deadpool, issue number 13. The last issue, issue number 12, which I read yesterday, was better than the last couple. I don't know what happened. The writing just seemed to flow a lot better, and then it flowed into Miles Morales, Spider-Man. They've been in a crossover for like the last 2 issues. This was the final one. And I gotta say, issue number 12 of Deadpool and 31 of Spider-Man, it flowed so seamlessly together. There was laughs, good action, and good storytelling. And I really like the character of Shift. If you don't know who that is, it's a clone of Miles Morales, and he's really stinking cool. Next up, Lucky Devils, issue number 3. A lot of people in the Discord are loving this. I think it's too wordy. The story is kind of slow, and I don't know where this is gonna go. This might end up in the okay in the next issue if it doesn't drastically get better for me, and I don't like the art at all. But this is Charles Soule, so I should be giving it a little bit more time, possibly. Next up, Pop Kill, issue number 2. I enjoyed issue number 1. It was pretty entertaining. There was some boobies in it. Who doesn't like boobies? So it's definitely mature. But you know what? I'm excited to see where this is going to go. After that, Sam and Twitch Case Files, issue number 12. This is a solid detective book. Really enjoy it with a little bit of a twist of Spawn in there. Very little. You can see it hinted, but it's just, if you like detective stories, you will like this because I love Sam and Twitch as characters. I think they're fantastic. After that, The Scorched, issue number 39. I liked issue number 38 a lot. Great action. It was voiced by She-Spawn. She kind of carried the story across, and it was freaking awesome. After that, Thundercats, issue number 14. I read issue number 13 2 weeks ago because I think Thundercats was delayed for one reason, but the previous issue was okay. It was about Snarf. No words because Snarf really doesn't speak, and he was like jumping across portals somehow. And I got a little confused, but he ended up meeting Apex Thundercat, which is actually Lion-O in the future, which is really cool. Last book in the good, Two-Face, issue number 5. This is a solid, good book about Two-Face. And he's battling his inner demon, the evil Two-Face inside of him, and it's really good. All right, guys, The Great Birds of Prey, issue number 20. This was the book that almost made the top 3 list. I loved issue number 19. So good. There was 2 stories, one with Big Barda and Cassandra Cain helping out Constantine. Great action, really funny Barda moments, some great Cassandra Cain moments. It was solid. But one thing I have noticed is that Big Barda and Mr. Miracle have a baby in continuity. But Big Barda never mentions her husband and never mentions the baby. I think Stephanie Phillips is the writer. I can't remember. Whoever the writer is, fix that. That could be such a great moment for this book. Next up, High Street, issue number 5. This is a fantastic series by Jeff Johns. If you're not reading it and you like horror type books, definitely pick this up. This last issue, issue number 4, featured the Frankenstein character. It was his whole origin story. Awesome. So good. Next up, Poison Ivy, issue number 32. I love this series. It's a series that I've been talking about so long, and I think you guys should be reading it. G. Willow Wilson is writing this just epic story about Poison Ivy, and she's brought in a really amazing cast of characters to help tell that story, and it's just, I love it. Every single issue is so good. And this last issue did have a fill-in artist on it. It wasn't Masahiro Takara. When Masahiro Takara on it, it's just next level. And the final great book is X-Men issue number 14. I'm really excited because issue number 13 was actually really good. I was a little lost at the beginning because I read issues number 11 and 12 before the previous issue. And issue number 13, I was like, wait, what the hell is happening? I went back, I had to look through issue number 12 again. They were just so weak, but this issue number 13, was a banger. It was so good. I don't want to go through and like tell you everything about it, but this series has had such highs and lows. I don't even know what to expect from X-Men. It's written by Jed MacKay. There are so many different artists that have been on this book. It's bananas. And I think it's a big reason why there's been such like low lows and high highs, because we get different artists all the freaking time. But this last one was just so good. It felt like a good X-Men book, but they were fighting each other, which I don't love, but it made for some really great moments. I'm excited for issue number 14. I hope this is going to be an uptick, a trend where we're going to go in the right direction, where X-Men is going to be just freaking great. Maybe. Who the heck knows? All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I was a little all over the place. I apologize about that, but just, I don't know. I got a lot to say in a short time to say it in, so let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let's not make this a long one. Guys, if you watch from the beginning to this point in the video right now, you guys know what you are. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you guys haven't smashed the like button just yet, do me a favor, smash the like button. If you guys look down and you're not subscribed, but you enjoy comic content and you enjoyed that video, well, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notification, and smash that like button. All right, guys, 2 more videos this week. Next up will be my final order cutoff video on Thursday or Friday morning, and then I'll follow that up with the second part of Probing Bruce. So episode 1, part 2, also this week. All right, guys, have yourself a great new comic day, a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.